Today, we are talking about how we can promote motivation and how we can sustain long-term effort. Willpower alone is not enough. So how can we do it? We need to assess what we do and take a look at the systems for how we do everything. For instance, I have 4 habits, which are working on AYP daily, reading daily, stretching daily, and reading my mission statement daily. All of these habits are done with what James Clear calls the 2-minute rule, which states that habits are supposed to take us 2 minutes or less. That means that the habit of reading is no longer about reading a chapter a day, it's about cracking open the cover. It's no longer about rewarding creating an entire video, it's about setting up my filming studio. Yet, somehow, I still have difficulty getting them done every day. Why? Because I lack the necessary systems. I took a look at how I spend every day, and I realized that my biggest downfall is my phone usage. This is not an uncommon problem. Statistica stated that the average person spends 2 hours and 25 minutes on social media per day. I soon realized my systems needed to change. Firstly, I began by offloading all the apps that I drift mindlessly to, like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. It's amazing that as soon as you make it harder to use, the likelihood of going on social media plummets. Next, I set a rule that I could only be on social media between the hours of 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Before I relied on willpower to resist this urge. But as we've already learned, willpower is not enough. Another major component to the success of systems is having routines that you do not stray from. Rather than saying, I will read tomorrow, get very specific and set up routines that promote this. A lot of people fail to set routines because it feels like it is just one more thing we need to do. It also feels like you may limit the amount of spontaneity in your life, but it is actually the opposite. By having set routines and creating the right habits, you free up time in your day that would have once been used on unproductive things such as social media usage, wasting time to find what you want to do, and not taking action on the things that matter most to you. Also, these routines don't need to be massive, and in fact, they shouldn't be. When we start something new, we get excited and try to take on too much. Take it small at first and gradually build it. You gotta do what works for you. Whatever you choose, you need to design it in a way that fits into your lifestyle. Assess what your greatest downfalls are and design the necessary systems to promote your best behavior. By automating more things, we free our mind up to focus on tasks that are deserving of our attention. There is no one-size-fits-all approach for our routines. The most important thing is that they work for us. Say, for instance, you are naturally a night owl. Setting a routine to get up at 4 a.m. every morning probably isn't your best idea. If you have a young family, committing to meditating in the morning might be challenging. Ambition is effective, but only if it is strategic. For example, if you are on a weight loss journey, don't try to start running for an hour every day. Once the initial excitement and dedication wears off, we too often fall back into our old routines. Start small, build your way up, and gradually improve upon the systems that you do not stray from. I hope that message this week resonated with you, and I have a challenge to you this week. I hope that you can look at your systems and think about something that is your biggest downfall or something you want to improve on, and create routines and systems that help align you with the person you wish to be. So if you want to cook more, or if you want to go to the gym more, or if you want to meditate more, whatever it is, we all need to commit to just doing the things that help us become the person we wish to be. And the systems we set up are the easiest pathway to doing that. It's so effective on the days when you don't feel like working out, but it still gets you in the gym. Or you just want to go and get fast food, but you know you have this cooking ritual. So if you have the routine set up, it makes it so much easier. Now, before we go, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I always love hearing from you, so feel free to reach out to me at AYP with SP. But I would also be remiss if I didn't mention what's happening over in Ukraine and Russia. And even though right now it's just between those two countries, it is global. Everyone around the world has heard what's happening. If you haven't, look it up. It's some pretty polarizing stuff, and I just think it's important, and it highlights the need for us to all seek peaceful resolutions and seek positive interactions with everyone. And that's something I'm going to talk about more next week, about being that person. And being that person is just someone who does seek those positive interactions, and their main objective is that they view every single moment and every day as an opportunity to just leave a little bit of positivity everywhere. And they seek nothing in return except for one thing. They seek for you to pay it forward. So it can be as simple as asking the retail worker how their day's going, or sending someone a text and telling them that you're thinking of them and you hope they're doing well, and asking how they're doing. And those little things can go a long way, especially if those people get that message and then it forces them to reach out to someone or whatever it is. It just is positive, and we need that now. We need that coming out of a pandemic, and now we have the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. It's such an important time for us to all unite and become one and just become peaceful and positive. So I'll get into that more next week, but thank you so much for watching today. If you found value in this, if you could subscribe down below, that would mean the world to me. And if you think someone else could value from adjusting their systems, then share that with them. But I will catch you all next week. Thank you all for being here. I always forget to do this, but this tracks the progress every week. You can see the jar is slowly starting to fill up. Each paperclip represents my journey. And every video I do, I get to put a paperclip in here. So as we continue to grow and evolve together, this jar will just continue to get more full and more full. So let's keep showing up for the person we wish to be, and let's keep going. Have a great day.